Yeah, man, we ain't gonna waste no time, man. We're gonna punch right on in, man. Uh I've been very perplexed, man, in this whole situation with Carmelo Anthony of Frisco, Texas, man, and Austin McCaff, man. Where I definitely get the notion of people wanting to stand behind Carmelo, feeling that this is something where they might be railroading him. We know we talked about it yesterday, man, and all the different stuff that's come out on social media since this story broke and has been pretty much went nationwide now. But my question today, man, is when is it justified to kill a man? When is it justified, dog? Cause all the fighting and snitching in the world, bro, all that shit, man. Like, I don't know, bro. Can we ever say that it's a justification for it? Outside of, you know what I'm saying, your life being in imminent danger, which I can't say was necessarily the case when them boys was harassing him, man. His life might have been in danger. I mean, I understand people that feel like we ain't gonna take no chances, none of that. We're gonna get into some of the stuff that I talked about yesterday, man. As far as the videos, the we're gonna watch some different videos today, man, real quick. But first I wanna pull up what got a lot of people pissed off. Now, you know, when they put out images of Austin McCaff, they put up his grades. They put up the fact that he was a upstanding citizen or student or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, with homie here, you know what I'm saying? They showed pictures of him with look like a little chopper, man. Some people saying that's an airsoft gun. While you know, others are saying this is just the real him, man. This is what he is, man. So black people came out, bro. They was like, you know what? This is the real Austin McCaff and his brother. So they showed them, you know what I'm saying, which ain't no like we gotta think about this, man. The jury is most likely gonna be Caucasian white, white people, man. They ain't no Caucasian looking at that picture and thinking anything harmful, thuggish, any of that, bro. Well, you see that right there? See a nigga, him and the boy and his brother going out to hunt, man. When you see that, nigga, especially with the middle finger, man. Motherfuckers thinking a killer, natural born killer, man. I'm just saying, dog. And I hate to say that, bro, but that's how people gonna look at that shit. So, my question, man, to the people, man, when is killing the man justified, dog? We gonna put my link out there, man. If anybody wanna fuck with me, man. We're gonna play the conservative side and then the more liberal side of this shit. So yeah, we can get somewhat of a fair balance in between the two, you know what I'm saying? The link will be out there for anybody who wanna come up. Most definitely. But let's go ahead and get to our first video of the day, man. And this one's gonna be starting with the conservative side, man, because even though I don't agree with a lot of the way they framing this story, I do agree with the fact that he possibly is going to be guilty, man. Regardless of if I think it's fair or not, I think he's going to be guilty, bro. I think that this is an unjustifiable murder, bro. We're going to see, though. We'll see. The courts will tell it all, you know? So this is from the black conservative perspective, man. Don't strike me, G. This is all in fair use.
He brought a knife to the track meet.
Probably won't be playing all
Matt,
this videos.
you can miss me
Pretty
with
long.
all the comments talking about, oh, well, something that was said must have caused him to be outraged. What was said in the argument?
Oh, yeah.
No. You
Oh,
brought a knife to a track meet and you sat in your opponent's section. You don't do that unless you're looking for a problem, if you're not looking for an issue, if you're not looking for controversy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a 17-year-old track runner from Texas, Austin Metcalf, was brutally unalived at a track meet and passed away in his twin brother's arms when he was attacked by 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo sat in the section for the Memorial High track runners and was mouthing off behind them. And when Austin turned around to ask, "Who are you? What are you even doing here?" he said his name was Mello and he wanted to sit there. And that's when Austin said, "Well, you're in the wrong section," because he was bothering his teammates because he was.
Now, I'm going to start by saying off the rip, this is a total different story than what I'm hearing. So we got to understand. And I want people to understand that watch this video. There's a black version of what happened in this situation. It's a white version, man. And it's a right version, because you know what I'm saying. Somewhere, I think it's somewhere in it's a right version, dog. I ain't gonna even say in the middle, because I don't even know exactly what transpired and what's gonna be revealed. But as far as what she's saying, he came over there. He's antagonistic. Austin addresses him. Let's go.
He was, in fact, in the wrong section.
They made him go away when they were doing CPR on him, but he was there when he was stabbed, and he was holding, I guess, the wound to keep it from. He was trying to save his brother. But I think he said he saw when he took his last breath and before the CPR came back.
Mind you, man, I want you to see, man, that every time that these conservatives, or I show a video from a conservative or somebody who's on the more Republican side, they're gonna have pictures of homie like that, bro, with the AK, man. Even though they say it's an airsoft gun, it wasn't even an AK. But I'm just saying, bro, because this is propaganda at its finest, man. If you want to paint somebody to be guilty, bro, before they even get to court, yeah, you put pictures out there like that, pictures of them with the middle finger up, man. Yeah, that's what you do.
Back in. So for what I heard, he was unresponsive for 5 minutes. They were able to revive him a little, but I think it was too little too late.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack. This kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So
Yeah.
just that's just what I saw. And I try to help him, but.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about a tragic story that is going to fly under the radar of the mainstream liberal media for obvious reasons that we're going to talk about in this video.
And that's another thing, man. Everybody keeps talking about this story flying under the radar. Then everybody's fucking talking about it. People that are not fucking from Frisco, not from the Dallas area, not even from North or East Texas, man. Not even from nowhere near Texas, man. It's talking about this shit. Seen motherfuckers from Baltimore, I seen motherfuckers from across the seas talking about this shit, man. So to say that this shit is not being talked about is literally bullshit, bro. This shit is being talked about everywhere. This is mainstream. It's plenty of niggas that done died in probably Frisco that ain't been motherfucking me mentioned. You know what I'm saying? This white boys done killed niggas out here that ain't even been talked about. You know what I'm saying? So like all that shit, these people can keep talking about this is not being covered by the mainstream. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, man. It's definitely mainstream news everywhere. Trending on TikTok, trending on motherfucking me Facebook, trending up here on YouTube, man. It's trending everywhere, bro. This is a major story.
Video, as the story involves a 17-year-old football star from Frisco, Texas, by the name of Austin Metcalf, who was tragically stabbed to death, stabbed in the heart, apparently, by a student that goes to another school, another teenager by the name of Carmelo Anthony, no relation to the basketball player, I don't believe. But anyways, Austin Metcalf was at a track meet, and the other student, the perpetrator, was, I guess, sitting in the wrong area, and Austin Metcalf had told the perpetrator that, hey, you can't sit here, or that you need to, sit somewhere else or whatever. There was a minor altercation, and the perpetrator, I guess, lost it and just stabbed Austin Metcalf in the heart. And apparently he died in the arms of his brother. Okay. A very, very, very tragic story that we got to talk about, because this story is going viral due to the racial dynamics of the
Going
people
viral,
involved
but ain't nobody
in
talking
this
about it.
story. And I want to talk about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Frisco ISD reached out to us in the last hour, in fact, telling us that the suspect was at the track meet yesterday where the stabbing happened, and he was there actually as a member of the opposing team.
That information is coming to us as Austin Metcalf's family is grieving, but also asking and raising some questions. Our JD Miles has been on this one for us today. You're live at 5, JD. I know you spoke with the victim's father about concerns over the lack of security at that meet, but what else did he tell you?
Well, the lack of security, man, which I think you shouldn't have security at a track meet necessarily, but wherever track meet I've been to, there's at least been some school police there, whichever school police, whatever school they at, that school police usually is there. You have coaches, you have teachers, you have other people that work with the school, so there's adults around, man. So I don't know, man, like, and then what do you do? Like put metal detectors at the entrances and shit? Maybe that does work. Maybe it doesn't, man. Honestly, I don't know, man.
Well, he told us a lot, Nicole and Doug, about his grief that is still very much raw and very much recent that he's dealing with as he recovers from this terrible tragedy. Frisco ISD, meanwhile, tells us they had 5 certified athletic trainers at the stadium who all responded to what happened. The victim's family also telling us the day after that they have questions about whether more could have been done to prevent what happened. The photos of Austin that hang in his home are now all Jeff Metcalf has to remind him of one of his twin sons. But he tells me he found some comfort today from a dream.
He came to me and said, "It's okay."
Does that give you comfort?
God gives me comfort.
And the fact that he even asked if this give him comfort, man, like, I'm sure this nigga's not feeling good at all, man. This nigga just, I don't know. I ain't gonna say he made up the story, man, but like, I don't know, dog. I don't like to talk about other people and they supernatural experiences, man. Go ahead, man. Let's go and just get this.
If it wasn't for my faith, I wouldn't be here.
Metcalf spoke to us while still in shock over what happened just a mile away at this stadium, where Austin's twin brother Hunter saw him stabbed in the chest.
My other son, who was there, was holding his hands on the hole, trying to save his life. He told me, "Dad," I looked at him. In his eyes, he was gone. He wasn't breathing.
Hundreds filled a Frisco church last night remembering Austin, who was a standout on the Memorial High School football team. Carmelo Anthony has been arrested and charged with murder, also a standout student athlete at Centennial High School. The victim's father grieves while starting to question whether the school district did enough to protect his son.
If there is a precedent or some precursor that maybe this could have been prevented, I don't know. I am concerned with the lack of security. How does someone bring a knife to a track meet?
Police have not said what led to the stabbing, but Austin's father says it started when his sons and members of the Memorial High School track team questioned Anthony about why he was standing near them instead of his own school's team.
Each high school has their own section to sit in. They went to sit under the memorial tent. They heard this individual behind them speaking, and they turned around and said, "Who are you?" And he said, I'm mellow. And he had a Centennial tracksuit on. And they said, you're in the wrong spot. You need to go sit with your team. And then it escalated.
And we are told at last check that Anthony remained in the Frisco City Jail with a bond of $1 million, facing a first-degree murder charge.
Now, the whole you need to go sit with your team bullshit, man. First off, so you could tell somebody where the fuck they're gonna sit at, bro. That ain't how track meets usually work, bro. You have some of us, we done been doing the track and field shit for years at this point. They in high school, I'm assuming, right? 17. So, you know what I'm saying? That's either junior, senior year. You done been doing track at least 2 years. So for some people, you know what I'm saying? So we might know plenty of people on the other side, man. We chopping it up while in between meets and the different races and, you know, stuff like that. So at the meets, man, we cool. A lot of times we cool. We might, you know what I'm saying? We on some real shit, nigga. We even be gambling with some of the other, you know what I'm saying, people and shit like that. Like shit we ain't supposed to be doing. I'm just saying, but yeah, we're doing all that, man, at the track meet, man. And supposedly this was about a girl, man. Bring this back up into play, man. What it say? The claim that one of the twins had never seen Carmelo before, blatant lie. No student has the right to remove another student from a school-owned tent. The school owns the tent, not the twins. Carmelo is a track athlete. The twins are not. So, you know, stuff like that. That's what they coming out with. You know what I'm saying? Whatchamacallit. The twins didn't just tell him to leave. They tried to jump on him. That's what they saying. Before attacking him, they tried to take his belongings, broke his phone, and stomped on it. And they say that they were known bullies. Now, me personally, man, I don't give a fuck how much a bully a person is, nigga. That shit don't mean shit, bro. You can't just stab a motherfucker because they a bully, bro. It's bullshit, bro. As much as you want to, you know what I'm saying, say, hey, man, this and that and the third, like, man, he was better off just fighting the motherfuckers or running to the teacher, bro. Running to the coach, leaving him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what nobody's saying, bro. You was not in your section. You had brought the knife in the first place. Like, what we doing? So at the end of the day, man, it's just a sad situation, man. I hate it for the motherfucker. I hate it for the Austin. I hate it for even Carmelo, man. The nigga just threw his life away, man. Cause ain't nobody finna. You better. Hey, they done got you about down there $70K right now in these GoFundMe's and shit, man. You better make sure that shit gets to about as much as a homeboy got for his funeral. Cause I'm telling you, they is not finna bless your game, bro. They gonna try to throw you away for this one, man. Like I say, this national news right now. It's a route for homie, man. And I know there's a lot of black people that standing behind them. Hey, I'm standing behind them. I don't want them to go down for that shit and just have to do all this time and this and that and the third. I don't think this was no calculated attack and shit. I don't think he came there wanting to attack him. He probably been having knives on him and shit. Niggas be doing shit like that. For what? I never understand all the way, man. For some of it, man, it might be because they live in Frisco. I don't know, some of Frisco ain't got too much going on. I done looked into moving to Frisco. Crime rate there seems to be pretty low. But I mean, you never know, man, when it comes to school, man. These kids, it's a different world there, man. Real talk.
Live in Frisco, JD Miles, CBS News, Texas.
Nothing about this makes sense with the outcome. JD, thank you. And big thanks to the father for speaking today. I cannot imagine the guts it took to do that.
Yeah, he said.
Yeah, it's a extremely, extremely, extremely sad story. Now, the perpetrator is saying that this is self-defense. Okay, he's saying that he was not the aggressor and that Austin Metcalf was the aggressor, and I guess he had to stab him in the heart in order to defend himself, right? That is what the perpetrator is claiming.
Tonight, we have new information from the deadly stabbing at a high school track meet.
Since 5 o'clock, Frisco police released the arrest report that details the moment officers arrived at the scene. The arresting officer writes when he reported he had an alleged suspect, the officer said Carmelo Anthony said he did it. According to the arrest report, the tragic event began with the suspect sitting under another team's tent as rain fell and being told to move. A witness told police Anthony immediately opened his bag and reached in, telling the victim, "Touch me and see what happens." When the victim pushed him, witnesses say Anthony pulled a knife from the bag and stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest. The murder suspect reportedly asked police on the scene if what happened could be considered self-defense and asking if the victim was going to be okay. Maria Guerrero takes a closer look at the case and the grief in Collin County.
Facing 5 to 99 years in prison if convicted, Carmelo Anthony no longer appearing as emotional as he did after being arrested in the stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf.
They were twins, identical twins, and his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding, and he died in his brother's arms.
The horrifying scene playing out Wednesday morning during a district track meet with over 100 student athletes participating. Frisco police say Anthony, a Centennial High School student, stabbed Metcalf, a Memorial High School student, during a fight. The victim's family says Anthony was told he was sitting in the wrong spot and that the teens did not know each other.
Yeah, so I got to tell you guys, I do not think a push warrants stabbing somebody in the chest, right? I don't think that pushing somebody is enough to say, hey, I now have to kill you in self-defense over a push, right? I don't think that's self-defense.
I was talking all this time without no damn what you call it, with the mute on. But this shit gonna be more likely that, you know what I'm saying, he gonna be found guilty, man. Just being honest, man. Hate it for the young brother, but I gotta agree with this man on this part right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this don't warrant what happened, bro. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. Even if they was finna jump on you, they hadn't jumped on you, bro. You just stabbed a motherfucker in the chest. Now you're gonna have to prove that you maybe had some, you know what I'm saying, flashbacks of getting jumped on by these guys before. Hopefully somebody can attest to that. If not, I don't see you having much of a case at all.
Self-defense. And I understand exactly why somebody will be upset to be pushed, right? But a push is not a fist, okay? It's not like an active fight. If all that happened was just a push, yeah, I don't think stabbing somebody in response is an appropriate response. I don't think you get to claim self-defense when that happens, right? And to me, it's kind of weird because why would you bring a knife to a track meet, especially, again, if you are participating? Why would you bring a knife? I mean, I don't know. Maybe the perpetrator has ops. I don't know. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Okay, but bringing a knife to a track meet, I think, is weird, right? Especially as a teenager, and then being so willing to use it, right?
Nah, sir. Maybe he got ops. Maybe they was his ops. That's what I'm saying. Now, if they can prove that it was some ongoing altercations between these two, and that he had been done a certain type of way, and nobody did anything about it, maybe he might, you know what I'm saying? And if not, I don't think he's gonna get off, but he probably get lesser time. But we're gonna have to, yeah. We're gonna see. We're gonna have to stay on this case pretty closely, man. Cause I'm hoping that, you know what I'm saying, there's gonna be like some reconciliation to all these different add-ins to the story that people are putting in. Like, hopefully it is some merit to the fact that these people were bullies. Not saying that I would wish a bully would die, but just to say, like, for him to just go to such drastic measures, bro, and stab this nigga, bro, it better be some ongoing shit done happen, bro. It better be like multiple times, not even just like a one-off altercation, and then that situation was the second time they seen each other. Cause, man, they gonna get his ass in Texas, man. I tell you this, by damn, they don't give a damn about hanging a nigga, and they damn sure don't give a damn about hanging a guilty one. So shit, when they put this in court, bro, the story better match up with all this shit that people talking about out here, man. Because I know a lot of people got in their mind that this is self-defense, this is this and that and the third. I don't know, man. It's looking more like cold-blooded murder right now. I'm being honest.
Over something as minor as a push. Okay. Usually in those situations, if you get pushed, you push back, and then you keep pushing each other until you start fighting, until people break you up. Right. That's typically how those altercations go. But in this situation, the perpetrator escalated the violence to a lethal level, right, immediately after a push. So, you know, to me, it's one of those things where I don't think this is self-defense, right? I think that he definitely is not justified in using a knife, because, again, a push is not even a strike. Like, it's a push, right? Doesn't feel good, but it's a push. So the dad of the teen accused of fatally stabbing Texas football star Austin Metcalf said son was not the aggressor. So the father speaking out and saying that the son was not the aggressor. He was an astronaut, right? We know how this goes. The father of a Texas teen accused of fatally stabbing a football star from a rival school over a seat at the stadium says his son is a, quote, good kid who was provoked to violence. Quote, everyone has already made their assumptions about my son, but he's not what you're making him out to be, Andrew Anthony told the Post. Carmelo Anthony, 17, was arrested Wednesday for allegedly killing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a track meet, leaving him to die in his twin brother's arms. Quote, he's a good kid. He works 2 jobs. He's an A student, has a 3.7 GPA, the heartbroken dad said. Yeah. Again, you know, these stories is always the same thing every single time. Again, the perpetrator, the person that committed an inexcusable act of violence was a future astronaut, right? They were going to grow up and become an engineer, stand-up citizen, right? Just amazing individual, right? That is always how it goes every single time. Newsflash. Those types of individuals, okay, that, you know, grow up to do these amazing things do not commit these types of violent acts, right? That's not what happens, right? That's not what happens at all. So I'm just saying that, you know, hey, this narrative is getting real old. But that is why when I cover stories like this about these teenagers that commit these acts of violence, I call them young scholars. And the reason why I call them young scholars is because every time they commit an act of violence and they have to face consequences, the first thing that people say is that, well, again, this was a scholar. This was a straight A student, was going to go on and do amazing things in life, right? That's the first.
But technically, if you see that, you know, they do that about just about everything, man. You know what I'm saying? And if that happens to be true, that just happens to be true. They were smart, yet they went and chose the wrong decision in this decision. That can both of those things can be true. So I don't necessarily think it's all about like trying to paint these killers, these criminals, or whatever you want to call them, in a certain light. It's just that, like, if these are the facts, these are the facts. Homie supposedly was an AB honor roll student. Some of them saying A honor roll. I don't know how true either one of them is, but that's what they saying. They also saying that, you know, he saved the kid from drowning and shit. I've seen a lot of different stories on this on the Carmelo Anthony kid, man, and a lot of them have been good stories. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Like I say, he says that, hey, man, it's a whole bunch of bullshit that everybody just starts spewing out to save face for, you know what I'm saying? Another statistic, huh?
First thing they say. So this is where the running joke of the young scholars comes from, right? This right here. The elder Anthony insisted his son didn't instigate the tragic brawl over a seat at the stadium in Frisco, Texas, where the boys' school had met for a track meet. Quote, he was not the aggressor. He was not the one who started it, Anthony said. Though Carmelo has been charged with first-degree murder, Anthony said his son's actions was a heat-of-the-moment mistake that has brought tragedy to both families. Quote, I feel bad for the other parents and family, and words can't explain how both families have been affected by this tragedy. Carmelo, a senior at Centennial High School, was allegedly told he was sitting in the wrong seat before he drew a knife and launched his attack, the father of the victim told NBC Dallas Fort Worth. Carmelo allegedly stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest as his victim's identical twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, watched in horror. Yeah, so obviously the racial angle of this story, okay, is making the story go viral because a lot of people are pointing out, and correctly so, to be honest with you, because we all know this to be true, if the racial roles were reversed, this would be a national news story. It would be a front page story on MSNBC.
But see, that's just you being ignorant, bro. Because this is a national news story right now. Like, this is literally been reported by every damn news outlet that you can name. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me otherwise, man. I've been seeing it for the last couple of days. Shit that happened in Dallas and Frisco and all that different shit like that don't usually make national news. There's plenty of motherfuckers that's dying out here that's not making national news. Austin Metcalf is definitely a name that everybody knows about right now. Carmelo Anthony is a name where everybody already knew of Carmelo Anthony, but he's getting the Carmelo Anthony name known in the wrong way right now. So to say that this shit is not that if it was a reverse, yeah, it'd be an outrage by our community. A whole community of people would come out and be like, hey, that's wrong. What you did, what happened? White people do that. You got the right to do that. I see a lot of white people talking about this right now too. See a lot of conservatives taking this and saying, hey, look at what the niggas doing. Look at how they doing this and how they doing that. Look at, see, the usual suspects. All that different shit is being, look, bro. I'm gonna show you what I found on my Facebook page yesterday, man. Not on my page, but now my time feed, man. This right here. Somebody shared this picture right here. People definitely talking about this shit, man. It was also this picture right here, though. Because I'm gonna play it. Hey, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna show you what exactly people talking about. So people, hey, why is he guilty? Why is he not? But this right here is definitely, you know what I'm saying, out there, man. So let's not play games, man. It's not, you know what I'm saying, act like they not, you know what I'm saying. They were saying this shit and the shit was already all over the fucking news waves and shit. Everybody was talking about the shit. The shit happened Friday. It's literally Sunday, man. Motherfuckers talking about this shit, man. And it's all over the place. So stop the cap.
CNN. I mean, who knows? I mean, their Trump derangement is off the charts right now, so maybe, right? But it would definitely be something that they talk about. They will be having a racial conversation about it. They will be talking about, was this racism, right? If a white teenager stabbed a black teenager to death over a seat, the race hustlers will be out here talking about how, a black teenager can't even, sit in the seat without being stabbed to death by a white person, right? They'd be talking about some type of white privilege causing this. They would be saying this is a modern day lynching. That's what they'd be calling it. But because a white teenager is the victim, right, and a black teenager is the perpetrator, crickets, right? They don't have anything to say. Okay.
Also incorrect, because niggas that right now been definitely saying this man justified. Most niggas I've seen is talking about it. We finna play the video of homie right now that's gonna be on the complete other side of this spectrum right now. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say that people are just crickets, nah, ain't no crickets. It's been a bunch of talk about this. It's been a bunch of white people on one side saying, hey, the same thing you saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? They love to see your video right now. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, you don't see what the black conservative perspective had to say. Oh, he was saying how y'all just if it was the other way around, y'all be so upset, y'all be talking about racism. But what about now? Is this racist? You know what I'm saying? Because they want to keep it at a race issue. And I understand these probably two kids wilding out. Or maybe this is a young white supremacist like some niggas is trying to make it out to be. I don't know, bro. The dad seemed like he was pretty much, he said all the right shit on air. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the dad really meant that shit too. So I'm not going to even say that this shit was a racist situation. You know what I'm saying? Or that Austin Metcalf was necessarily a racist or something. He might have just been charging homie up because he felt like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? You in the wrong section. You know what I'm saying? It be like that, bro. He might have just felt like, hey, why is homie over here? Why is he talking to somebody over here like we know this dude? It ain't got to be nothing bigger than that. But, hey, it is what it is.
But again, Matt Walsh posted this very controversial post here that a lot of people, are upset about, liberals, right? He says, if I told you that a young man stabbed another young man to death for telling him that he was in the wrong seat, and then I told you that one young man in this altercation was white and another black, and then I ask you to guess the race of the assailant, every single person would know the answer immediately. Young black males are violent to a wildly, outrageously disproportionate degree. That's just a fact. We all know it, and it's time that we speak honestly about it, or nothing will ever change. So, I mean, listen, here's the thing, right? I mean, I did a video about Chicago, the teenagers in Chicago, and how they call the teenage takeovers the violent black teenager season, right? I mean, this is what is happening in Chicago. So, there are a lot of people that are going to be mad about what Matt Walsh said.
So a 17-year-old boy, Austin Metcalf, was recently unalived by another 17-year-old boy at a track meet. First and foremost, rest in peace to him. But what the internet is doing with this case is particularly heinous. It's the same thing that y'all did to Laken Riley. When it comes to the unaliving of white people who is deemed undeserving of being unalived, rightly so, right? This Austin Metcalf was 17. He was a student. I mean, he did nothing wrong. People shouldn't be wrongfully, randomly unalived and aggressed, regardless of whatever the scenario is, unless it's some situation of self-defense. But this wasn't that. But the outrage around the death of white people not deserving of being unalived is often fueled by this racist behavior that demands that the entire community be held responsible for the actions of someone who happens to be in a certain BIPOC community. And this energy is oftentimes not reciprocated when it comes to random white people doing the very same crime.
Some white people want to be oppressed so bad. Let's talk about it. There's a young man named Austin Metcalf, 17 years old, just recently got unalived at a track meet by a young man named Carmelo Anthony. Absolutely no relation to the basketball player. And there are brain dead napkin Americans, enemies of the sun, with the caucasity to say, oh, where's the national outrage? Oh, he died in his twin brother's arm. This is such a tragedy. Oh, where are the marches? Oh, where are the protests? Oh, we're not burning down cities. The young man was caught immediately. And I'm sure he's going to.
Yeah, it don't even matter that he was caught immediately. I mean, the boy is a white boy, man. It's the white people out here. Instead of getting on Twitter, getting on TikTok, getting on whatever social media platform and talking about, oh, look at why everybody making noise right now. Go make some noise about it, bro. Matt Walsh made his post. You know what I'm saying? Why don't y'all go organize in the streets and talk about how? Hey, matter of fact, why don't y'all go march to the hood? Go march to the hood, man. Come to the hood, man. Do a march about how niggas is fucking up everything, and see how that works for you.
He's going to face the swift hand of justice. But y'all want to take part in the oppression that you all created so bad that you will break your measly arm reaching for a situation that's not even analogous to the BS point that you're trying to make. And most of you are not even saying the young man's name. To the family of Austin Metcalf, I hope you get the peace that you deserve and the justice that you so rightfully deserve.
Like a lot more racism, like a lot more, and I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. This is exactly what I'm talking about whenever I say that, like, we're going back in time. And I literally, every time I have like conversations like this with somebody, I always make sure to bring this up because it's so out there in the open. Like, people just don't care anymore. They really don't care. And it's honestly just so upsetting that people have taken this situation about a boy who died and used it to justify their racist tendencies. And you guys should be ashamed. Like, I'm not defending the kid who stabbed Austin or whatever, like, whatsoever. Like, that's never the answer. But I'm seeing people in these comments being like, oh, you know, like, just basically stereotyping Black people and like saying all these horrible things about them. And it's just like, what? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing genuinely? And I'm also seeing people say like, oh, you know, if somebody did this to a Black kid, like, there'd be protests everywhere. Da, da, da. No, I really don't think there would have been. Like, literally, people are still using.
But you definitely telling facts, man. You know how many Black people done died that they ain't never marched for? Like, there's plenty of people dying out here that ain't getting marched for, Black and white. So let's stop acting like just because, oh, if it was a Black kid, it would have been this and that and the third. If the roles were reversed, yeah, maybe not, nigga, because you know what I'm saying? You don't never know what's going to garner everybody's attention, man. Everything ain't never, like I say, people look at, like I just showed the photo. Where is it at? This situation right here with George Floyd. Oh, why did everybody come out there? Ooh, man, it happened to be the fact that you seeing the video of this man crying out for his mama, all this different shit like that. Everybody didn't know he was a fentanyl addict or that he was out here committing crimes and this, that, and the third. People just seen what the fuck they seen. It was like, hey, that's fucked up. And there's plenty of Black people. It's been like, hey, that's fucked up to happen with Austin Metcalf. Fucked up, man. Like, why would somebody bring a knife to a track meet? There's been a lot of people questions, man. It's literally whole nigga. I'm talking about Black on Black crimes on Facebook right now. People dragging each other and shit over Austin Metcalf, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Or even Carlo Melo Anthony, if you can say to a certain, because some of them agreeing like it could be self-defense and bringing up all the different topics and conversations that go with that, man. I'm not saying that it is or it ain't. I definitely think the nigga probably finna get locked up, finna get some real time. But you know what I'm saying? We'll see. So I don't know, man. But I definitely gotta say that people are using a lot of these things, these different situations, man. Anytime you get a white victim, Black perpetrator, get ready to hear all the usual suspects. Blah, blah, blah. Look at what niggas do out here, man. They always talking about racism. What is this? That shit is bullshit, man. Salute to Rob, man, for coming in, man. Salute. But nah, man, I'm getting so tired of all the different bullshit narratives they want to paint behind this damn story. When, hey, this definitely damn well could have been bullying. This nigga could have, you know what I'm saying, been getting bullied this whole time. And then I guess people didn't know it, you know what I'm saying? And he finally got sick of it. And shit. And maybe he wasn't even getting bullied by these motherfuckers. What if he was just getting bullied and these motherfuckers happened to come at him on that day, the wrong time? All he wanted to do was, you know what I'm saying, be somewhere and chill and feel accepted. And the motherfucker wasn't trying to accept him. You know what I mean? Because I know they're saying, oh, they go to different schools. They in Frisco. There ain't that many fucking people in Frisco, man. That's all I'm saying, dog. Like, so I'm not gonna sit here and rule out either one. I just think the homie probably finna do some time, bro, for sure. It ain't like he getting out of this shit scotch-free. I don't care how good the lawyer is. Because he brought a knife to a gun-free, weapon-free, drug-free zone, man. shit, it's pretty much a wrap from there. I mean, know the law before you go to do some shit.
Using what happened with George Floyd and the aftermath of that as an excuse to hate on Black people to this day. And it's so disappointing. Every time I go on Twitter, I still see somebody making fun of George Floyd, and I never thought that shit was funny. It was never funny. It was never funny. I don't care what. And people try to use the fact that he was like a drug addict or whatever to justify the racism as well. Like what? Like, but yeah, I definitely don't think there would have been any protests at all.
Yeah. So in the comment section of some of these videos, I see some people saying, "Oh, well, I've heard that the white kid called the black kid a racial slur," right? As if that justifies stabbing somebody to death, right? But again, don't be surprised if that defense now comes out. Well, he called me a racial slur, so therefore it was okay for me to stab him in the chest, right? I'm just saying, like, just don't be surprised if the race card is pulled in defense of the perpetrator. But you know, here's the thing: I'm not making it about race. I'm not saying this happened because of racism, right? In fact, I feel like liberals feel as if people, quote unquote, making it about race by pointing out the, again, sheer hypocrisy of the fact that we do know, regardless of if the individual was arrested or not, right, or whether or not the individual is facing accountability, that this story would have went viral, okay, if the race.
That's my whole problem with this man, dog, right here, dog. And like, I'm gonna show you a more different side of covering the situation in a minute. The opposite, pretty much the opposite side of covering it. You know what I'm saying, in a minute. But the fact that this man keeps saying that it didn't go viral, or it would have went more viral if it was the black person that got killed and the white person was the killer, I think it's bullshit, bro. Because this shit went viral pretty fucking fast, bro. People were talking about it the day it happened on Facebook. This shit was literally all over, all kind of news stations by Saturday, yesterday, man. I was literally talking about it myself, seeing multiple channels talking about this shit. And this has been the same narrative the whole time from a lot of people. Oh, this would have been way bigger. How the fuck is everybody talking about it? I mean, come on, bro. So how much bigger do you want the whole world to be like chanting Austin McCaff, Austin McCaff, Austin McCaff, justice for Austin McCaff? Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't get what the fuck they want more to happen. Cause you know what I'm saying? This shit was definitely have been swift. They moved with swift action. They done, man, the family done raised over $200,000 to bury that boy. But I bet they met her. No, but how can anybody fund Carmelo Anthony though? Because I mean, shit, bro. Like, people gonna figure out a way to find a flaw, find some fault, figure out a way to, these niggas ain't shit. Look at them. Damn. So we can't support our own guilty or innocent because everybody else do that with their people, bro. Everybody else support their own, whether they guilty, whether they innocent. People talk about all the time. We ain't out here making excuses for our criminals. Bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. Oh no, we say he's a piece of shit. No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. There's plenty of cases where white people do crimes and shit, and they're out here talking about how good of a kid he is and blah blah blah, and he would never do this and he would never do that. Then come to find out, it's physical evidence showing, oh yeah, he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we playing? Why are we playing these games when it comes to this? That's why I'm asking again, when is it justifiable? When is killing a man justifiable? Like, when is it justifiable, bro? Like, because even in this case, I can't say that this is justified right now. I'm not finna just throw it, oh yeah, nigga, that nigga innocent, bro. It was self-defense. Cause nah, man, ain't enough shit been put it to the table. They said one of the witnesses said that he touched him. The other one said he pushed him. One of them, what was it? Like, he shouted or shoved him first. And like, it's like you're getting all these different stories. Even in like the one article that I read, it was like multiple different stories that they're getting from these people. So it's not like they have a concise understanding of what happened, even though they say it's like damn near 40 people seeing the incident. What they giving to us, it ain't no concise story yet. Yet everybody jumping to conclusions on one way or the other. Oh, he definitely innocent. Oh, he's definitely guilty. All I can say is that hey, it's possibly bullying. But even if it is, at this point, it don't look justifiable to me because nigga, you shouldn't have brought no knife to the damn school, bro. We want to figure out what was in your psyche to make you bring a knife to school. Now they saying they seen them before. They're saying it might have been interactions before. We need to get that shit to the forefront and figure out when did these things happen. Put that shit, you know what I'm saying, or at least have it at court for sure. Because we need to understand, like it's gonna be for this shit to get a self-defense in Texas. I'm telling you, it's gonna have to make a lot more sense than just he been bullied. He brought a knife to a damn track meet, and he went over there and sat by them. Shit, they gonna make that shit a premeditated. I'm telling you, it's easy. I ain't saying that it is or it isn't. I'm just saying, hey, Texas man, they ain't playing no games. This ain't no Yellow Beezy, no Young Thug, or none of these rich rapper niggas and none of that shit. This is a regular ass little nigga, man. Shit, and he killed a white boy. They gonna bury your ass, man. And that's why we need to be talking to our kids every day, man, and making sure that, hey, man, you telling me everything that's going on, like what's going on with you, bro? Cause me personally, I don't want my kid carrying no knife, nigga. Like, what you carrying a knife for, man? Shit, if it's any smoke out there, it's getting that crazy for you, shit, I'll walk you and take you everywhere you need to go. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's driving or I'll have to walk you there. You know what I'm saying? I got you, bro. I'll be down. You know what I'm saying? My son got to do anything street, be in any of this street shit. I'm not necessarily sure if it was on his back or not. Because for him to supposedly have, as soon as they tried to reach for the bag, he went in the bag. And because I don't know if it was, I think he said, the other brother even said, if I'm not mistaken, we did the little crying, I ain't going to say little crying interview. And people, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm being disrespectful. Anybody run across this shit. I ain't trying to be disrespectful toward Austin Metcalf, whatever the daddy name is, or the Hunter guy. I think Hunter was the brother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be disrespectful, none of them people, but the crying video where he was crying and shit, and he was explaining how he was trying to hold the wound, you know what I'm saying, cover it up and all that stuff, and he died in his arms. I want to say that he said that he tried to grab the dude, but he didn't know that he had already stabbed him or some shit. So it's like they were both pressing at him at one time. And me personally, if a nigga, you know what I'm saying, look like he fidgety and scary and whatnot, I wouldn't bother him. I would never bother him, bro, because you don't never know what kind of anxiety people got out here, bro. Like, shit, you don't know what's going on with these kids, bro, these days, bro. Kids be literally in their own world, own zones with shit, man. And all it takes is a motherfucker getting beat up on one time, man, to make this nigga feel like, hey, I ain't gonna never let that happen again. Especially if it's a good one. Like a lot of some people, they taste their blood in their mouth and they get it in. And then some people, like they gonna tuck their tail, they gonna run. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with running or none of that shit. I'm just saying like that's just what it is. And some people gotta understand, bro. Like you can't be trying to, like, number one, me personally, him even trying to tell a person to move, he should have went right to the coach. Hey, coach, man, who's that black guy? You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you want, however you want to do the shit, nigga. Yeah, you should have went and go got some adults. You know what I'm saying? An authority figure to come and tell that boy, you know what I'm saying, to move and all that shit. Why he think he gonna take it up on himself? He don't even run track to go up and tell somebody where they should be and where they shouldn't, man. Like, and that's what's wrong with a lot of these motherfucking kids, bro, out here. I ain't gonna even just say white kids. I'm gonna say all kids, man. They be feeling like they get too big for their britches, man. So feeling that they can handle motherfuckers, bro. The littlest motherfuckers, bro, are some of the most dangerous people out here, man. I say this shit all the fucking time, man. The littlest niggas, bro. They didn't look like he was no, you know what I'm saying, a whole bunch of threat. Even though they trying to make him about to be with this pitch, man. Where the pitch at? Got that nigga out here looking like he a young a YN in this bitch. He out here ready to commit a drill. Like, yeah, that's a thug right there. But then when black folks put these pictures right this out, oh no, man. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I don't think niggas understand this picture right here don't have the same effect as that picture right there, man. Maybe if you could have got them to throw that middle finger up too, you might have got their ass. But even if they did, man, ain't no white jury looking at them folks with them boys with them guns and thinking, oh yeah, that's those. Look at those thugs or criminals or white supremacists. They don't care about none of that shit. Hey, 4.0, captain of the football team. Oh no, ain't no way you could have did anything. You know, hey, bro, ain't no way, bro. They could present evidence in court that says that, you know what I'm saying, and they probably still, you know what I'm saying, convict Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a lesser charge, they're gonna convict. I'm seeing them. I see it being a conviction, regardless. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't saying that I'm wishing that and I want that. I'm just saying, if I'm just gonna call it for what it is right now, what I'm seeing, shit, that boy is cooked. That boy is cooked, man. But we gonna end this video with him, man, because yeah, man, I get where his narrative is with it. We're gonna go and holler at another dude, man. Introvert Rockstar. The last dude was Black Conservative Perspective, man, for people who want to go and check him out, man. It's all fair use. I'm just critiquing, man, and informing, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to, it's not my content, you know what I'm saying? But let me take the young white boys down, man. RIP to Austin McCaff still, man. And shit, prayers for Carmelo Anthony, man, for sure. Yeah, you ain't gotta like it. I'll prayers for Carmelo. I'm telling you, white people be mad when you don't just be just talking shit about your criminals and shit and all that shit. They want you to be like, y'all, fuck that nigga. Come on. Just say it. Because you know he's a scumbag. Man.
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, you need to move. He's like, make me move. Also grabbed his backpack. This kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So just that's just what I saw.
And I just definitely want to see, like, because I wonder if anybody going to feel different about the situation. I mean, it don't necessarily justify the situation, but if they broke this boy phone, like, let me go to this video. Let me go to the picture, man, real quick. I said that his phone was broken, man. Let me see where it said that right there. It said before attacking him, they tried to take his belongings, broke his phone, and stomped on it. So now I'm saying this is just, you know what I'm saying, Facebook and social media coming with information after the fact. So I ain't saying that I know for a fact that this is true, but this is what's been said, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been, like I said, they done said that this boy Carmelo Anthony saved the kid from drowning. What was it? 2021, man. You know what I'm saying? He saved the kid from drowning, man. I tried to find if it was the story out there talking about it. I didn't find it, but I mean, this is somebody that literally, you know what I'm saying, shared, you know what I'm saying, like a picture of him and saying, I know this is not the same Carmelo that saved, what was it? They said what, Gino. I think that's, I don't know if that's a boy, I'm guessing boy. You know what I'm saying? Life, you know what I'm saying? They had a picture of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, in the hospital and shit. And they had a picture of young Carmelo, man. So I don't think that this kid was some badass kid that's out here just trying to go and stab folks and shit like that. And I kind of want to hope that it was some bullying, not for the fact that he should be justified for killing this man, but that maybe it could be some light for him at the end of this tunnel, man. Cause shit, bro, I don't know if it's gonna be. I'm just telling you, I don't know if it's gonna be. But let's go play this out, man. Cause he did say something about trying to grab him and shit. That's what I was talking about earlier. This crime video right here, man. He was saying something about trying to grab the boy, but before he knew it, he had already stabbed him. So it's like they were both coming at him at the same time. But I still don't think they're justified, man. Like two people coming at you. They is some big boys. He is a little nigga, $150. But I still don't see the court of law saying, yeah, that's it. Now, we could talk about it on the reverse hand. If it was a little white boy and 2 black dudes, shit, I might have to say a different answer. You know what I'm saying? But like we all know, man. That's why I ain't trying to make it all about this race shit, because it can go all different type of angles with this shit. Let's be real.
I try to help him, but
It was just senseless.
it was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like a man has a family, that man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid.
And look, first of all, rest in peace to that young man. But on this channel, we hold racist Caucasian people accountable. His brother just told us the truth. Listen again. Run the tape.
And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." He's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. So just that's just what I saw. And I try to help him, but
it was just senseless.
His twin brother attacked first. Make that make sense. And notice he said, "I'm not going to talk about the rest." Well, guess what, partner? I'm going to talk about the rest, because racist Caucasian people, they always love to attack our people and hide their hands, attack our people and cry wolf. But now on this channel, we let nothing slide. So let's get right into this article so I can show y'all how cold the game.
Yeah, I agree. And like I say, I ain't watched his video yet. I was waiting to watch it for this moment. You know what I'm saying? I already knew his angle. He always come at this, you know what I'm saying? Like he say, holding racist Caucasian people accountable, man. And shit, if he can find, maybe he might have found some receipts, man, because he usually come with receipts. I'm say that now. So I'm not gonna lie. For any of my more conservative constituents, subscribers and whatnot, you might not want to watch the rest of this shit right there, because he might say something that you ain't gonna like, nigga. It is what it is, bro. I'm just telling you now.
Really is. And this article is by the New York Post. It was published April 4th, 2025 at 9:36 a.m. The chilling words team told cops after allegedly stabbing Texas football star Austin Metcalf, who died in twin brothers' arms. And notice how they use certain words. He died in his twin brother's arms, but they won't tell you the truth, but they'll play with your mind. They'll play psychological games with our minds to make us feel sorry. But let's carry on. The teenager accused of fatally stabbing Austin Metcalf and leaving him to die in his twin brother's arms at a high school track meet allegedly admitted to the senseless unaliving, but claimed it was in self-defense. "I'm not alleged. I did it," 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony chillingly told police in Frisco, Texas, as he was being arrested at Kirkendall Stadium. The horrific stabbing was sparked when Anthony, who was sitting under another team's pop-up tent as it rained Wednesday morning, was asked by Metcalf to move, and Anthony refused. Anthony then unzipped a bag, reached inside, and told Metcalf, whom he had never met before, "Touch me and see what happens," a witness told police. And look, the brother already told us what happened, but you have to use your common sense. No young black man that's captain of the football team that has a 4.0 is going to randomly attack another young Caucasian man. It's not happening. He didn't do that for no reason. Then I step back and say, wait, what's the race demographic in Frisco, Texas? Check this out. 51.2 Caucasian people, 8.6 black people. You might as well say 91.4% Caucasian people, because everyone else, especially in Texas, they already want to be Caucasian. The Hispanics, the Asian, they all want to be Caucasian people. So 8.6 black people, it tells me everything I need to know about Frisco, Texas. He's not going to get a fair trial. Of course, his bond going to be set at $1 million because it's only 8.6 black people in Frisco, Texas. And tell me this, why would the article say whom he's never met before? So I said, wait, let me go further down the rabbit hole. So I went over to Facebook and everything started to make sense. Check this out. And shout out to Kevin Hayes. I think he's a track coach in Texas.
Didn't I just pull up that damn that same image a minute ago? This shit been going viral all over whatchamacallit. The exact same one. I don't know if it got Kevin Haynes up there at the top, but this is the one, man, right here. And they explain the whole situation. I'm letting them read it out. I ain't gonna even leave it up there. But we went over this yesterday and today, man. Like I say, this is what they saying the truth is. I'm not gonna say that it is the truth, man. I gotta wait until we get it in that black and white in that courtroom, man.
And he knew Carmelo Anthony. The truth about Carmelo, let's set the record straight. Enough with the misinformation. Let's talk about facts. Number one, it's normal for students from different schools to gather under another school's tent. Carmelo had friends.
That's facts. I gotta agree with that, man. As far as, you know what I'm saying, I said it even yesterday. I believe he had friends over there. You can't tell me that. I don't care if they're from two different schools, man. People know each other in Frisco. Frisco ain't that big in no damn city, man. This is a suburb outside of Dallas, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no, man, people know each other, dog. Let's just be real. But go ahead, my bad, dog. I ain't gonna interrupt you no more.
Friends there. He wasn't trespassing or looking for trouble. And if you ran track, you already know we always go to everybody else's tent. That's common. Number two, the claim that one of the twins had never seen Carmelo before, a blatant lie. Number three, no student has the right to remove another student from a school-owned tent. The school owns the tent, not the twins. Number four, Carmelo is a track athlete. The twins are not. He wasn't expecting to see them there. See, everybody was talking like the twins was running track and Carmelo did nothing. No, he ran track. The twins was just there bullying people. And then he says, now here's what they don't want you to know. The twins didn't just ask him to leave. They tried to jump him. Before attacking him, they tried to take his belongings. They broke his phone and stomped on it. The twins are known bullies. So ask yourself, if two 200-plus pound attackers came at your child, what would you expect them to do? And again, shout out to Kevin Hayes for that information. But you,
that's why I'm gonna have to hop in and be like, hold on. Now, 200-pound niggas, like I say, they run at my kid, man. I expect that nigga go to the teacher, run, go to the teacher. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, man, before you go and stab that motherfucker, shit, hey, pick up something and bing in their body or something, nigga. Like, bro, you ain't gotta harm them, bro. Like, I'm just saying, bro. At the end of the day, dog, you ain't gotta do nothing that's gonna take you out of the game for life, nigga. For at least 20-something years, that type of time, bro, that you looking at. They say he facing 5 to 99. Well, I'm telling you, he's looking at closer to 20, you know what I'm saying? He might even be closer to 99, because I ain't gonna lie, this is a national story. And if he don't get a certain amount of time, bro, they gonna look at that shit like, oh, this is an injustice, man. He took a young scholar's life away. You know what I'm saying? Like homie said that Carmelo Anthony, the young scholar, but how the news portrayed it, you know what I'm saying? Austin Metcalf was the young scholar, right? So, you know what I'm saying? That took this, could have been future productive member of society, you know what I'm saying? Oh, no, we can't have that, bro. I'm telling you, man. Shit, and he is from Louisiana, so, you know what I'm saying? Even though he hitting the nail on the head with a lot of that shit, with the Asians and the Hispanic and all that shit, people down here definitely try to assimilate to that good old ranching redneck culture that's here in Texas, man. But hey, I'm just saying, dog, like, I don't see it, bro. I don't see that nigga getting out of this one, dog.
you see the games that the media plays on our people. That's the reason why his brother said, I'm not going to tell the rest. Of course, you're not going to tell the rest of the story because you're going to tell on yourself. And then the media is so cold with it. They showed Carmelo Anthony holding the gun, but they never showed the twins holding a gun. And you got to think about it. In Texas, every family has guns. It's like a cell phone. It's common. So for you to judge, for everybody to judge Carmelo Anthony holding that gun, but not to judge those twins holding that gun, make it make sense. But no one's going to judge them right because they have on hunting gear. That means nothing. Keep the same goddamn energy. And then Kevin Hayes said something that was very important. He said these twins are known bullies. So you have to go back to the past. In these mostly Caucasian towns where it's a lot of Caucasian people and less black people, What do they known for? What are they known for throughout history doing to our people? Let's start with the KKK. They love taking advantage of our people when we buy ourselves. If it's a group of us, they don't attack. They have to catch you by themselves because, they are cowards. And see me, I can give you examples. I don't just talk. Number one, we have Robert Brooks, upstate New York. 18 correctional officers handcuffed him and unalived him. Number two, we have Ronald Green from Louisiana. 5 Louisiana troopers handcuffed him and unalived him. Number three, we have Messiah Nantwi. 15 New York, upstate New York correctional officers handcuffed him and unalived him. You even have the twins that was unalived, that was murdered in those Georgia mountains. And a volunteer firefighter took pictures. They arrested him for a few hours and
yeah, we finna talk about that in a minute, man. Them twins in a second.
released him. No questions about did he do it or not. No outrage. Where is the same outrage for those twins in Georgia, in those mountains, in that sundown town? Make it make sense. And look, I can go on and on. It's in their blood to attack our people and hide their hands. It's in their blood to attack our people and cry wolf. But not this time. They learned a valuable lesson. Carmelo Anthony just lost his best friend. You don't know what people going through. Don't touch people. Don't lay your hand on people. And for people that are saying why he had a knife for him, it's Texas, dog. Either people got guns or they carrying knives. A lot of men, especially in the South, everybody carries pocket knives. We don't know what kind of knife he had. A lot of men, a lot of young men carry knives. It's just, the way of life. If you're from the North or West Coast, you probably don't understand that. But in the South, you either got a gun or you got a knife with you, or you got both.
And that is
Tell me I'm lying. And look, like I said earlier, it's only 8.
He ain't lying about that shit. We carry knives. We carry, little stuff like that. That's why I say, but man, my person, like I'll say in my other video, and if you carry a knife for the purpose of protection, yeah, nigga, you usually a punk, nigga, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Gun, I get, because, the other niggas got guns, but as far as, like, nigga, when nobody ever thinking pulling no knife out in any situation, like, altercations, essays did that shit, bro. Like, I ain't gonna say essays for my California people. I done learned a long time ago, like, essay ain't, all Mexicans and shit, but or all Hispanic people. My fault, all Hispanic people. But like the Mexicans around here where I'm at, man, they more quick to pull knives out and shit like that. So I don't know. I do want to know, like, what's the whole little situation behind it. Even with that being sick, like, I know people brought all kind of stuff that you ain't supposed to bring to the track meet. So him having that on him, I get it, but like I say, man, it's a bad situation, bro. Because you're not supposed to have it on the campus, and that's what's gonna be said regardless. Like any school, they got the little signs up, show you no guns, no knives, no blah blah, all these different things, and it's gonna be no you know what I'm saying? That shit gonna be in the handbook, all that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Every year was in the handbook. And then we particularly, it's like in my school, they particularly look at the Mexicans, like, shit, hey, no pocket knives, no, you know what I'm saying, switchblades, no woo, you know what I'm saying? I hate it for this little nigga, man, because like I say, I don't see him making it out this shit without no time, man. I just don't see it. I know a lot of people out here, especially the people that's on Facebook out here from Texas and shit in that area, they saying, man, nah, bro, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get off self-defense and woo. Shit, nah. Shit, nah, bro. You wild as hell to think that.
8.6% black people in Frisco, Texas. So of course he's not gonna get a fair trial. Of course they're gonna set his bond at $1 million. So I'm gonna put in the description, I'm gonna put the link to the real GoFundMe account for his parents, because we have to start standing up for our people. We can no longer let the mainstream media get away with lies, get away with misinformation. So to Carmelo Anthony's parents, I'm sorry y'all have to go through this. We will be by your side. Free Carmelo Anthony. I'm out.
Oh, no, my bad. But yeah, I'm really finna find this other video too, man. Cause I really want to talk about the twins, man. And the fact that ain't nobody like this is a story that ain't nobody really been talking about like that, man. You know what I'm saying? These twins from Georgia, man. Quadir and Nazir, you know what I'm saying? Lewis. They were supposed to be catching a flight to Boston. End up dead in some mountains somewhere, man, with motherfucking redneck firefighter taking pictures of their dead body. Why is that, man? Why are they taking pictures of a motherfucking dead body, bro? And I'm just saying, like, if he didn't take the picture in front of everybody, he must have took the picture before the shit even happened, bro. Before people even knew they was up there type shit, in my opinion. So that's all they arrested them for, was taking the pictures, but there gotta be some connection there. But I don't know, they calling us boo-boo the fucking fool right now, man. You saying you seen a lot? You seen quite a few people talking about it? I don't know. I ain't seen this shit as far as like news coverage too much, man. I seen a couple of like with Georgia, I think it was like maybe Fox Georgia, I think Fox 5 that talked about it maybe like twice. But as far as like we talking about national attention, because I know it's probably some YouTubers, and I've seen plenty of YouTubers and social media people, TikTokers and stuff talk about it. But when I say everybody, I'm talking about this being a national story, because like it's quite strange, bro, that these two boys, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden get into the worst fight of their life when they was pretty much around some little sundown town they trying to say. You know what I'm saying? These whatever Bell Mountain is around, you know what I'm saying? Whatever town that might have been, or if the town might have been Bell Mountain too. But I know they were found in the mountains, what it was called Bell Mountain. So shit. That shit has been quite odd to me, in my opinion. I just feel like why these two boys, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no real outrage behind that shit right there. Like, it should be some real outrage behind that, man. Because, man, we had too many of our people going, bro. Like, the old boy, man, I forgot his name. I covered his story, man. He was a truck driver, man. I'm trying to remember the man's name. But his sister ended up going viral talking about his story, man, how he was, they found him hanging from a tree in was it North Carolina or something like that, man. I might show that after I find me a video talking about the twins real quick, man, because I don't feel like they've been getting talked about enough, man. So we're gonna shed some light on them, man, because while everybody trying to make this shit about race and shit like that, we got a clear case of, you know what I'm saying, possibly two boys, you know what I'm saying, getting killed off of race, but they trying to say it's a murder-suicide. You murdered your twin and decided to kill him, you know what I'm saying, where one twin, you saying, it's so sad. It's so sad. Because, you know what I'm saying, look at what happened here and this, that, and the third. And he tried to cover his brother's chest and keep him from bleeding, and he died in his brother's arm. He was looking him in his eyes. But these Georgia twins, man, we just gonna instantly write them off as, oh man, this nigga done killed his brother and killed himself. Hey, nothing else to see here, huh? Nothing else to see here, huh? There we go. Let's go with law and crime, because I know they're gonna break it down. Then they giving me a suicide warning for this shit. Hold on. Trying to give me a suicide, man. That's wild. It's suicide warning. It's talking about suicide. Nah, nigga. This ain't no damn. I don't give a damn. Man, niggas don't just be going out to the mountains to kill themselves. Bro, this ain't what we do. Is that Javon? Yeah, I think that show is, man. Old boy that was what they said was hung himself, man. You ain't gonna tell me no nigga hung himself. That's one thing I ain't. You shit. You ain't gonna never tell me no shit like that. Think I'm gonna believe it. Nigga go out there and crash out before they do some stupid ass shit like hanging themselves, nigga. Nah, niggas been ain't too many niggas on that shit, bro. That's a rarity. That's super rare. If a nigga kill himself by motherfucking me hanging himself, dog. Yeah, I think that was his name. Maybe it was Javion Carter or something like that, man. I know I put the nigga name in the video that I made, but it's been a minute, man. I haven't even had a chance to go look at any updates on that case. I'm pretty sure it ain't been nothing else, but it's probably still ruled it a suicide and just kept it pushing. McGee. Yes, it is McGee. Well, I say Carter. But shit, it is McGee. I don't always be remembering names, but when I see him, I definitely know. Yeah. That shit right there, man. That was
Twin brothers found dead on a Georgia mountain. Their bodies discovered by hikers, both shot and killed at just 19 years old. Authorities say it was a murder-suicide, but their family, they do not believe it. They say the story just doesn't add up and are demanding a deeper investigation. So far, there's been one arrest in the case. I'll walk you through the details. For Law and Crime News, I'm Kennedy Walker. Before we dive into this case, I want to tell you about something exciting at Law and Crime. We're launching a new channel called Scandal that is dedicated to exposing the dark side of fame, covering all celebrities. The description of this Georgia family is living a nightmare, mourning not one, but two devastating losses. Twin brothers Quadir and Nazir Lewis were found fatally shot on top of a mountain miles away from their home. Their family told WXIA News the 19-year-olds were supposed to be in Boston visiting friends. Their plane tickets were booked, their bags were packed, and their family thought they were already on the way. But they never made their flight. Instead, just 24 hours later, they were found dead. Their bodies were discovered nearly 90 miles away from their Lawrenceville, Georgia home at the top of Bell Mountain, a place their family says they've never been before. According to Explore Georgia, the park is known for the Hal Herron Scenic Overlook, which rises to over 3,000 feet of elevation and has a 360 view of the surrounding lake and mountains. In an interview with local news station WXIA, the family said the brothers don't hike the mountain. They know nothing about the area, and they, quote, never heard of Bell Mountain, so how did they end up there? According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, at 11:05 a.m. on Saturday, March 8th, a 911 call came in. Hikers had stumbled upon the unthinkable. Two young men, both shot. The GBI ruled it a murder-suicide in their preliminary investigation, claiming one of the brothers pulled the trigger before turning the gun on himself. But their family refuses to accept that. They say the twins were inseparable, and the theory doesn't add up. We do know, however, that reportedly their plane tickets to Boston were allegedly still in their wallets. Investigators have not released any details about the gunshots, gun wounds, any weapons found at the scene, or any other details about how they were found and if or what was also on them. It's also unknown who had the last known contact with the twins and if there were any indicators from friends that the two weren't going to be making that trip to Boston. Police and family members have also not released how the two ended up on the mountain, such as driving or being dropped off. We do know that the FBI is assisting the Towns County Sheriff's Office with the investigation. So far, there has been one arrest in the case. Days after the twins' death, the GBI released an update saying they arrested and charged 42-year-old Scott Curlin with misdemeanor obstruction. Curlin is a volunteer firefighter in Towns County who took photos of the Lewis twins' death scene and shared them publicly. In a GoFundMe page created by the brothers' aunt, she wrote, quote, "My nephews wouldn't do this. They came from a family of love, and the twins wanted so much for their future. They had dreams of starting their very own clothing line." Unfortunately, something happened at Bell Mountain that ended the lives of 19-year-old Quadir and Nazir, which needs to be further investigated. At the time of this recording, the GoFundMe has raised nearly $30,000. So what really happened on that mountain? How did the brothers, who were supposed to be on a flight to Boston—
You right, though. I probably think I have seen that name before. Rayshawn Carter. Maybe want to go look that up, man. Cause yeah, it was definitely it's been so many names of niggas, bro, getting killed, and like their story be literally in circulation for a day or 2 days, maybe a week at the most for some of these cases, and then it's just unheard of again, man. Like, unless it's like, you know, when you had like the Cyan Massacre cases, that kind of went in circulation for a couple months, but like usually, you know what I'm saying, it's got to be something where the body cam footage or something came out like pretty fast, like pretty much within that week or two of the incident happening. Because if it don't be like some real footage to tie in to add with the case, it's usually nothing. It's crickets on a lot of these cases, man. And that's what's so messed up about these situations. Cause you know what I'm saying, I could be arguing a motherfucker down, bro, and about how people doing our people, man. And because I can't remember every single case, I can't remember every single person and name, man. That shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, you ain't bringing up any proof type shit. That's the shit that people, you know what I'm saying, try to use as justification because I can't remember every person's name that have been killed. When we really should be thinking like, damn, you can't remember that many people's names. That's a fucking problem, man. And the fact that these are not people that are being highlighted a lot of times, talked about in like the news cycle for a long period of time, bro. That shit really is a problem, man. That's really a problem. Real talk, man. Let me start playing this play this real quick.
Then end up dead in a place their family says they've never been. It's a mystery their loved ones are desperate to unravel, and one they hope police will answer soon as they struggle to make sense of this unimaginable loss. And I'm joined by legal expert Lawrence Zimmerman. Lauren, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
So let's just dive right in. Based on what we know, which unfortunately is not a lot of information at this point, does the official ruling of murder-suicide align with typical patterns seen in similar cases?
I mean, it's hard to really say because police don't always release all the details. So, you know, it's kind of early, I think. I mean, I guess just if you look back just a couple weeks ago, the whole Gene Hackman thing, right? People thought that was potentially murder-suicide. Ends up it wasn't at all. So I sometimes I think that's just because they don't really know anything else. That may just be the easiest conclusion to draw right now, and then they'll figure it out. But I don't know.
When investigators make an early ruling like this, how thorough is their process? Could they be potentially overlooking key evidence?
Yeah, of course. And yeah, I'm not trying to insult the Towns County Sheriff's Office, but it's not exactly, it's a pretty safe place, pretty safe county. They don't have many things like this happen up there. I know the area pretty well. And they don't have a large law enforcement, sheriff's department, just a couple investigators. I don't think there's, you know, again, I'm not in any way criticizing them at all. I'm just saying I don't think they have the resources typically that you see in a major city or the experience, which is why a lot of people like living there because they don't have a lot of crime.
Well,
for that Rasheen Carter, man, I don't think I know about that case, man. Dude with his found with his head severed and stuff. And I might have seen the shit about because the story of him running with the branch do seem familiar, but I just can't remember when or whenever I seen that. So I'm not sure if I actually have seen that before. But that's what I'm saying. It's literally cases. It's cases like this, and that was what 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. When it's say what 2022, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? That many years ago, you know what I'm saying? 3 years ago and shit at this point, or finna be in October. That is wild, bro. Like that keeps happening, and then like I say, literally, it's happening so much. I wonder if anybody is really keeping track of the amount of, you know what I'm saying, black people just dying or going missing or any of that shit, man. Like this shit is not cool, man. And what they just called for the investigation into this shit about 3 years ago. Not 3 years ago, 2 years ago. So I don't see anything that's even talking about any updates in 2024 or any of that, man. The last little like all these articles are in 2023. So it's a good chance to say that hell, they probably not even working on that case no more, to be honest. You went to the police station and they kicked him out. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That shit just wild, bro. Like I say, literally every day I can get on Dr. Richie, one of them, and you know what I'm saying, just find a case of some kind of crazy shit, you know what I'm saying, some racial incident that happened. Or, you know what I'm saying, if you just really watch police activity, you're gonna see like some kind of unjustified shooting. It don't always, you ain't gonna maybe catch it every week, but it definitely be on there at least 1 or 2 in a month. You know what I'm saying? They got at least 1 or 2 on there every month. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Where it's like, I'd say even really more damn near every week, really. But it might sometimes I'd be like, damn, yeah, this motherfucker was crazy. But for real though, it's just wild, bro, how much our death is so profitable in this society, man. If it's not us being locked up and caged up, it's us being killed. Since vertebrae. Yeah, what I'm saying. So, and I ain't surprised by shit that at this point, I ain't surprised about shit that happened in Mississippi, Virginia, Florida, Texas, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? These places, I'm not. And people be sleeping on Virginia, man. Virginia, man, old girl breaking the bones. I remember what was the police ran into somebody crib on a botch raid and shot one boy in the face when he was sleeping in his bed, dog, just shooting up a room. Shit, like it's a lot of shit going on in Virginia and West Virginia. I count them both as the same. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is always some racist incidents happening. Like the family, the family, like I was talking about a couple days ago. When I was talking about, I was actually reviewing this racist nigga channel and the shit he was talking about, and I was just saying like we talking about heinous crimes that doesn't happen. It's a family that they just got like 300 something years, not even a family, but it's a couple. They got 300 something years for keeping them 5 black kids as slaves for I don't know, for some years. I don't know how long it was actually going on. I can't remember now. You know what I'm saying? But I had been looking at that case and I wanted to cover it all the time. And I was just like, shit, I just always end up talking about other shit. Because I really try not to just pull too much trauma out here, bro, and over again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, literally, I could be on this shit all day with black kids dying, whether I want to go to the street violence or I want to go to the motherfucking racial violence, man. It's happening both ways, and it's happening so often that shit, really, you can get blinded by either side of it. You know what I'm saying? You could get into the racial violence and just ignore the street shit, and hell, just all the different bodies you're gonna miss in that situation, hell, is gonna be crazy. But then you can go over to the streets, and then all the shit you're missing in these damn little incidences in these small towns and stuff like that. And then, you know what I'm saying? I was looking up because I think the city was like Hashawashi or some shit like that, or some shit, man. I forgot how to say that damn name. These two twins, what we talking about right now, we got on the video that they were from, man. I was just looking at it before I looked up Rasheem Carter. Let me go back, man, real quick. But they were saying that there's no sundown town in Towns County, even though, you know, Towns County probably is predominantly white, and a lot of these sundown towns were never fully recognized. Like, there's plenty of sundown towns that was never recognized as far as damn, did I do that? I ain't mean to do that. But many sundown towns that wasn't found to be sundown towns at the time. You know, shit, Greenwood, Texas, where I was, you know what I'm saying? It was, I ain't gonna say it was a sundown town, but you might as well say it wasn't no new niggas could be coming in that bitch. You better be from that hoe. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, yeah, the niggas didn't stay in the town, and they stayed on the outskirts. But that, a lot of that was before my people started, you know what I'm saying, like coming to age and going to school and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They kind of started integrating by the time my parents got in the grade school and shit like that. So, well, not grade school, more like yeah, about grade school, because they had already passed the Board of Education by the time my pops was born. And I want to say, no, they didn't have any. I don't know if they passed any civil rights acts before my mom was born. She was born in '62, and the man that raised me, even though he's my still pops, he was born in '58. So, yeah, man, it's a lot of wisdom you get from that. You know what I'm saying? Them age groups, man, especially living through all that shit, because like they was the first generation to go into integrated schools and shit like that, and all that different type of shit, like, and having to deal with, you know, because I feel like a lot of that shit was forced. So you're gonna have white folks that's gonna be having pushback on a lot of the shit, man, that's going on in them situations, them times and shit. But we still dealing with that resistance to this day, really. Not as overtly anymore, but they definitely get covert with it.
Do you think in situations like this is when they try to tap on other officials to help them with a case such as this one?
Yeah, and I know the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, typically gets involved, and they did get involved in this. But again, you know, it's still early, so it's hard to say. And, you know, unfortunately for us, the police typically don't give out a lot of information, right? Because they want to see if they can get any leads, if there are any tips. And sometimes sometimes they actually give out intentionally false information to try to generate a lead.
Well, the twins family insists that they would not harm each other. How much weight does a family's perspective hold in cases like this?
I mean, you would hope that the family would know their kids better than anybody, obviously, right? I mean, it's pretty scary that this would all of a sudden just happen and there's been no sign at all whatsoever. But I don't know the family, and none of us do, so I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Nobody ever knows that. So that may be the face they're putting on for the public. Again, I don't know. They may be 100% the greatest family in the world. So I'm just commenting. So who knows? And unfortunately, maybe for them, maybe the kids were involved in something or had some issues going on they didn't know about. But again, hard to say.
Do you think, you know, just the fact alone that the family is saying, hey, this would never happen is reason enough to reopen the case or to continue investigating? Or is this something that, you know, police deal with all the time with families saying that, hey, this wouldn't happen or that wouldn't happen?
Sure. I mean, I have cases where people get involved in stuff where families have zero idea. You know, and as a parent of a teenager, you know, it's kind of scary, you know, so we think we know what's going on in our kids' lives, but sometimes you just don't. So it could just be complete shock to them, and it could be true. Who knows? It's very unfortunate, very sad at the end of the day, no matter what.
What kind of evidence would be needed to confirm or refute this murder-suicide theory?
I mean, I'd want to be looking for like gunshot residue on at least, obviously, one of the decedent's hands or body. Weapon obviously would be nice with someone's fingerprints if that was found somewhere. I think in a murder-suicide, you think they'd find the weapon right there at the location. I'm not sure how, if someone killed himself, how the weapon would disappear, unless someone came along. I mean, I mean, who knows? Maybe it was a murder. We don't know if they're supposed to go to Boston. They had tickets. Maybe they ran into somebody that kidnapped them. Maybe they're meeting somebody somewhere and something went sideways. Maybe them going to Boston was a ruse that something bad happened. You know, I hate to speculate. I mean, I know that's what we do right now, but I'd definitely be looking for a lot of those things, text messages. You know, I was through the police who gotten search warrants and got, you know, looked into their messages, their locations, their emails, see what was going on, their call logs. I mean, those are things they would definitely be looking into.
Now, but with the murder suicide,
I honestly, you know what I'm saying? I know they can't just necessarily take a person, their parents' words for it, because you never know what could be going on and shit like that. Kids hide shit from their parents, but usually when things are happening, and obviously I would assume that because it seems to my knowledge that they definitely had people waiting for them, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the family was expecting that. It don't seem like they would just create a rule to go out in the mountains and have a fight, and one of them kill the other one, and then, you know what I'm saying? Usually, when these type of things are like, if that's something that's been happening, that's something that's been happening. You know, this ain't no situation where, you know, the first fight two twin brothers have ends up with one of them killing the other one, and people would have that kind of thought process. They would have been like, oh, well, they've been fighting a lot lately, or something would have, you know what I'm saying, came out about that. You would have seen somebody kind of corroborate that to some certain extent. So the fact that the family isn't corroborating that, man, I'm just gonna go with the family on this situation right now. I know, especially prosecutors in Towns County, I'm pretty sure they're not over here very or overly invested in this situation. What's going to happen whatsoever? Just my opinion, man. I'm trying to see. I'm going to look up this the sundown town map and see if it's any sundown towns close by. Cause I know people have been talking about it was by a sundown town, but from what I've been looking at so far, it doesn't seem to be like Towns County, from what it's saying, is not listed on the sundown towns that are historically known, at least.
theory, I like what you brought up there about, you know, the murder weapon. Wouldn't they have found that, or is that something that just wouldn't get released to the public? Because you would think that if they're saying that this is murder suicide and one of the twins potentially killed the other, then there would be a gun. Or is it just possible that they wouldn't tell the public?
I mean, it's weird, right? Common sense dictates if someone kills himself, they can't get rid of the gun. I'm not laughing at the death. I'm just laughing at being how that is possible. So I don't know the situation or how there's no weapon found if they're claiming it's murder suicide. That's certainly a contradiction. And to answer your question is, maybe the police aren't giving out that information. Maybe they're trying to see if that leads to someone coming forward with more information.
If law enforcement rushes to judgment in a case, what legal steps can a family take to push for further investigation?
You know, a lot of times you see public, you know, here we are on a new show right now, you know, the victims' families obviously would, you know, generate a lot of publicity with a case like this, and that could put a lot of pressure on law enforcement to try to look into it more. I mean, I'm not so sure, I'm asking you, I don't know if this was a final conclusion they've drawn as a murder-suicide, but I certainly would think if there's no weapon found, that's contradictory to a murder-suicide.
Yeah, this is, you know, preliminary investigation. We're waiting on the autopsies and things like that. But this is what has been released to the public as of this recording so far.
Okay.
Now, if this were a double homicide instead, what would investigators be looking for?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the angle, you know, where the bullet wounds, obviously how they were shot, who else is up there, maybe see if there's any cameras, license plate readers. And Bell Mountain and Hiawassee, like, it's not a very the area around there is not highly populated. Not a lot. I don't think there's a lot of surveillance cameras like there are in a major, city like Atlanta. But it's pretty
Easy place for some
crowded.
niggas
How
to
I've been
come
in
up
Bell Mountain,
missing
it's
there,
pretty
man.
crowded. There's a lot of people. It's a beautiful view overlooking the lake. So like eyewitnesses, certainly.
And we'll touch on just the specifics of the area in a second. But can an independent autopsy or forensic expert contradict a state ruling? If so, how often does that actually influence law enforcement?
Yeah, it's pretty rare. I mean, that someone gets an independent autopsy. It's pretty expensive. Not everybody does that. I'm not so sure in this kind of situation if it's a gunshot wound. I'm not really sure what an autopsy would rule in or rule out, right? I don't know what they would be looking for because it's an autopsy. It's fairly, not easy for me. I'm not a medical examiner, but I don't think it's a pretty common thing, unfortunately. So I don't know what a independent autopsy would rule out. Again, don't know.
Well, how often do forensic mistakes happen in cases like this, if at all?
Oh, in a gunshot case, and depending on what the ruling is, mistakes happen all the time in the forensic medical exams, forensic sciences, right? But I think in an autopsy with a gunshot wound, it seems just to be a sort of a basic autopsy. It's nothing like toxicology, looking for drugs in someone's system, someone overdosed, or if there's a question they overdosed, or if someone killed them, poison. Those are more complex kind of medical exams or disease, right? But a gunshot, we live in the United States of America. Unfortunately, gunshots are pretty everyday, every minute occurrence.
And we touched on this a little bit in the beginning, but how do factors like cell phone records, GPS tracking, or digital evidence come into play in cases where foul play is suspected?
These days, it's everything. Digital evidence could, include you in a crime or exclude you from a crime. So most investigators will look into digital evidence. They'll look at someone's cell phone records, their messages, their emails.
No, man. See, now if they was in the Atlanta area, Forsyth County is definitely was known to be a sundown type of situation, man. I don't know if that city is in Forsyth County or not, man. Let me look that up, man. Because this could have been something that just came from home, you know what I'm saying? From more closer to where they at, you know what I'm saying? Well, I just looked up the city where Bell Mountain is at, you know what I'm saying? It's like 2 hours north of Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Of the city they was born. Let me look up that county real quick. What that county is. Gwinnett County. Okay, so it's not Forsyth County, but they right there bordering, you know what I'm saying, Forsyth, if I'm not mistaken. So Forsyth County has been known to be a sundown county in particular. So, you know what I'm saying, that's where the great Lake Lanier is at. And if anybody know about Lake Lanier, I'm pretty sure Rod, you know what I'm saying, about the black town that's under that. So I don't know, man. Hopefully justice will be served in this situation, man, because these boys, they're just as important as the twins, Austin and Hunter Metcalf. They're just as important as any other victim of any type of violence, whether it be gun violence, knife violence, or any other thing like that, man, whether it be black, white, or otherwise, man. So my original question here, when is killing a man justified? I think it's very a nuanced answer. I think the only time that you can really say killing a man is justified is in self-defense, man, which leaves us in the whole Carmelo Anthony situation, waiting to find out what else is going to be revealed in that whole case, man, because I presented you two different perspectives. One that's saying there's no reason he should bring a knife. There's no need to. Then I bring you the other perspective where they're saying that these are known bullies that possibly Carmelo Anthony has been a victim to these guys before. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in this, all this information, man. I don't know exactly where it's gonna lead us, where we're gonna get to in this, but the truth is there, man. The truth is definitely there, man, somewhere. I'm finna get ready to get up out of here though. But shit, most definitely, man. I appreciate you coming, Ra. Appreciate Hassan for coming earlier. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that's gonna come through and see the video and shit, man. Really, at the end of the day, man, we gotta get to a point of understanding, man. Cause show y'all a picture when I went to Tampa, man. I seen this mural right here, man. And shit, at this point, ain't no telling how many murals we could paint of so many different people who died, whether it be from all from police violence, but just, you know what I'm saying, the overall fight. Because I think we get it twisted thinking that we fighting the police, man. We fighting a whole system of white supremacy that will always look at you as the perpetrator and never the victim. Only the times that they'll say that you're a victim is when they say that you're a victim of your own culture, your own environment, or any of that stuff like that. But they'll never tell you who put you in that environment, who put you in these situations and shit, man. I had to get out and take this picture, man. This was about 2 years ago, 2-3 years. I think about 3 years. About 2 years ago. It was 2023. Because I haven't been on a trip in about a year. I didn't go on any trips in 2024, man. And I'm hoping to change that, man. But Tampa was definitely fun, man. But I was literally trying to find a dollar store, and shit ended up in it was a little bit, man. Then some crackheads walking around outside and shit. I was like, oh, what up, nigga? But shit, I seen that mirror and I was like, it was worth it, man. Let me take this picture real quick. And I did that, man. Cause sometimes you know what I'm saying, you only find shit like this in certain neighborhoods, man. And RIP to all 4 of those people, man. I know a lot of people feel like this right now. You know what I'm saying? And even some people feel like this. Some people feel like we should paint the white boys as, you know what I'm saying, criminals and thugs, even though I'm saying it's not going to work. Just letting y'all know that now. It's not going to fucking work. Because of what they did with Homeboy and his pitch and how they showing him right now. And I don't know if that's some damn airsoft gun. I'm not saying it is. I ain't saying it ain't. I'm just saying that shit look kind of realistic to me, nigga. But at the end of the day, man, I feel like we're gonna be all right, man. I think we gotta fight the battles that's worth fighting, man. And if it's just a battle that's worth fighting to you, go out there and fight hard, fight like hell, man. Cause it's definitely a black boy who life can be, you know what I'm saying, over with whenever this case, you know what I'm saying, hits trial or whatever, if they don't plea him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to beat cases like this, you know what I'm saying? We got a knife in a drug-free zone, a weapon-free zone type shit. It's hard to beat these type of cases out here, man. Especially when it's already been so much outpour for justice for this Austin McCaff fella, man. Regardless, it don't matter what information come out later, it's gonna be people that's gonna look at it and be like, "Oh no, that's just the liberal media trying to manipulate. Ooh, why didn't that come out at first?" But if they came out, it would have any more evidence going against Carmelo Anthony. They're gonna be like, "That's damn right. You're damn right. We always knew he was a damn thug criminal." And you know what I'm saying? Because it's just really how we fighting the system, man. And the system is always gonna be in favor of us being the criminals, never the victims, man. Us being the perpetrators, never the person that's, you know what I'm saying, fighting for justice, or, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know what I'm saying, be reconciled in any way, you know what I'm saying, any shape or form, man. But y'all be blessed, man. Shit, until next time. Let me leave y'all out with some, you know what I'm saying? A nice little clip or something, man, real quick. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with right here, man. Fuck it.
Our problem has been, as black people, we've always been concerned about white America, never about us. And what we've always thought is that white America equal the same interest as us. That is not true. We must now be concerned with us. Let me give you some examples. We always want to prove what good Americans we are. The very first man to die for the War of Independence in this country was a black man named Crispus Attucks. Crispus Attucks. He was a fool. Because here he was dying for white folk freedom, and millions of his brothers were enslaved in the very country. Oh, but we wanted to prove what great Americans we were. We begged the white folk to let us fight in the War of Independence, and they said no. So we organized ourselves in bands of armies, training ourselves with our bare foot to prove to the white folk what great Americans we were. Please let us fight, white folk. And finally they came and inspected our troops and said, good niggas, you can fight. And they had us fighting the Indians. Like fools, we should have teamed up with the Indians and take care of you know who.